So somebody left a comment that I felt was an honest question. So I'm going to answer it as such. I kind of half-assedly answered it in the comments. I left a good enough answer. But I feel that it is a question that deserves a lot more unpacking. They asked me how I could be for paying the kids to not kill each other, but be against universal health care. And honestly, the question took me back for a second. I had to think about it for a minute. But really there is no comparison when you think about it. Universal health care, if we did like a government-run single-payer system, right? Because we've seen the other system doesn't fucking work. Everybody said it wasn't going to work. It didn't fucking work. Here we are, right? So if you got your single-payer fucking full-on socialist thing, here's my primary problem with it is this. You give them what you want, what they want, alright? And then they're going to need to find something else to go on, right? They're already dealing with guns, trying to get rid of that. They're already dealing with free speech, trying to get rid of that. They're already finding ways to kick people off platforms and whatnot. So, you're already dealing with all that. And then you want to give them control of your health care. Now, make no mistake, that is what you're doing. You're giving the government control of the health care. Now, what the government likes to do nowadays, depending on who's running it, they like to limit the things you can do. So if the government has control of your health care, what do they go to next? Most likely the things that are bad for you. Smoking. That'll probably be the first thing. You can't smoke anymore because it's bad for you. We now run your health care and we say that's bad. It costs a lot of money in health care. And they're going to tell you how much it costs taxpayers every year in health care. And all this, that, and the other, and all the people that die from smoking. And they're going to really push a smoking ban. Then it's liquor. Then it's beer. Then it's Pepsi, cake, chocolate bar. You know what I mean? All the shit that's bad for you all of a sudden is no longer illegal. Like obviously that's a big what if situation, but tell me I'm wrong. Seriously, tell me I'm fucking wrong. That they're not going to try and do that. They've already done that in some places. I think New York had like they tried to ban soda and shit like that. I know that Boston still has a lot of blue laws, so like it's super difficult to get alcohol there. Like they do that shit, man. There was a prohibition. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. That if the government controls the healthcare, they're not going to try and control the healthcare. Through controlling your health. What you can and cannot do. This is deemed unhealthy for you. Swearing is deemed unhealthy for you. Can't have salt, deemed unhealthy for you. And then can't have meat. Dude, come on, where does it end? You gotta be shitting me with this. And that's just one problem with it. I mean, the countries that do have it, they tell you all the time, sucks. You go on waiting lists. And that's the kicker. The people that are young and healthy, they love it. They get these sniffles and they go to the doctor and it's totally free. It's fantastic. Get you something real. Get your second fucking heart attack and go on a waiting list for a bypass. Like, dude, they weigh the cost benefits of human lives at that point in taxpayer dollars. And the government is amazing at running things shitty that it controls. It doesn't do a great job. Because once it has control of something, it doesn't fucking care about it anymore. Look at our schools. Really? You would like to have health care run like our schools? Come on. You gotta be kidding me. There'll be a lot less innovation because you don't have the free market. It's all government run, government sponsored. You only get government grants for projects. Maybe you get some outside, sponsorship. You get people to donate money, whatever, but you don't have the industry behind it. There's a lot more money in the private sector. It's there for a reason, called capitalism. Like, you can make a better scalpel, kudos on you. But the government might not think that a better scalpel is really necessary right now. We got ones, they work, they're made of metal. They're blades, they cut things. But if you can make one that, cuts and cauterizes all at the same time, or I don't even fucking know what you'd want to do with a scalpel to make it better. You know what I'm saying? The government may decide that that project is just not necessary. That project that could save lives. That drug that could actually work. I don't know. There's a whole lot of bad to it. A whole lot of bad to it. There's a lot of possibility for good. But there's a whole lot of bad to it. It just is. Realistic. You gotta be realistic about it. I'm sorry. Yes, it would be fantastic if we could all just boop each other's noses and just every illness that we have is magically cured. I would love that. It would be fantastic. Free as the air we breathe. It'd be great. But there's no such thing as a free lunch. The money comes from somewhere. And right now, we don't pay for health care in our taxes. Believe me. If we had to, oh my God. Nothing's free. Period. End of sentence. Nothing's free. That's the way life works. You have to look at it realistically. In my heart, I would love if I could just and make people well, but I can't. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna. It's unrealistic, and it's not something that we should be shooting for. There's so much possibility for things to go terribly fucking wrong, and then once it's in place, oh my God, getting rid of it again. Look at what's going on with fucking Affordable Care Act. Trying to get rid of that shit. And what are you gonna do? See, you fight really hard to make sure that shit doesn't happen, because once it happens, oh my God, you're fucked. You're just fucked. That's why people fought so hard to keep it from happening, and it just happened anyways. Because fuck the voters. But whatever. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. But as far as the other thing, what they're paying for is for this development guy to coach these children into being young adults, which is what they technically are. You know what I mean? Like that, he's trying to teach these kids to grow up and become productive members of society instead of gangbangers. Now, if you can do that in a neighborhood, what happens? Well, the neighborhood's going to be better. And if the neighborhood's better, people are going to want to move there. And if more people want to move there, well, you're going to need businesses to deal with the needs of those people. So businesses will want to come into that area again. Which means they're going to need employees. So they're going to want to hire all the kids in the neighborhood, which means they'll now have jobs instead of all this fucking free time to just be assholes to each other and start shooting at each other. You see what I'm saying? And the whole thing grows up. The economy gets bigger. That destitute area, that slum, that ghetto is no longer that anymore. It's now... You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a huge difference between the two. Those taxpayers in that community, they're not paying for those kids to not kill each other. They're paying for businesses to come back into their neighborhood. They're paying for a future for those kids. They're paying for their children to have lives. They're paying for them to have lives. Let's not think about Crossfire at all. Yeah, gun violence on the streets, it's a fantastic thing. No, not in any way. This only does good. And yes, there may be people who try and fuck with the system, but it seems pretty cut and dry. I mean, if the goal is don't kill anybody, and somebody goes off and kills somebody, well, you got them. I mean, you fucking know them, all their friends, you know where they are, most likely. You know where they hang out, where they hide out. You've got people that have gotten in with them. They know them. They're so you can pick them the fuck up pretty easily. And hopefully without any additional harm being done. I think that's a good thing. These guys get caught for shit, get arrested, then they don't fucking make their money. There's incentive to be good boys and girls. I think that's a good thing. Whatever that incentive needs to be, because like I said, it's an 18-month program. So you're talking $20-some thousand per kid if they make the maximum every month for 18 months. And by then, by the end of it, the one kid's got a job, he's making friends with the rivals, they're getting along. Where's the bad here? Where's the possibility for bad here? Oh, he backslides? Well, that's unfortunate. That sort of shit happens. And it happens all the time with criminals. They get on, they go to prison, they get reformed, they get out, they commit crimes again, they go back into prison. It's a high rate for people returning to jail. But you hope maybe you can get through to some of these kids. And if one of them you can convince to not kill other people, that's saving lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I understand the universal healthcare thing, man, but there's no comparison. There really isn't. Because the ripple effect of the universal healthcare is far more destructive than the ripple effect of paying these kids to be decent human beings to each other. If that's as far as you gotta go, hey, like I said, I don't really like the idea of it. But I don't see it as being harmful anymore. I can't think of one way in which it's a harmful. And believe me, I tried. Like I said in the video that I made, it was beginning out a very different video. I was going to talk about how stupid it was and how they're going to play the system and just fucking take advantage. And I didn't see any of that in what I saw. I don't know what you watched, but I didn't see any of that in there. I saw something that looked to be very well structured. And I saw that guy reaching those kids. And I saw what he was doing, and I understand the psychology behind what he was doing. Like I said, taking them on trips and stuff like that. You're taking them out of their element to a magical place where all they'll have is each other, because they'll be the only people they know. So they're going to have to talk to each other, and it's going to be cool, and they're going to go on top of skyscrapers and go, man, look at this. And they'll bond over that. People that want to kill each other can bond over that kind of shit and decide to not kill each other in retaliation for it. They break the chain, man. There's nothing but good there. And yeah, they may pop off and do something fucking stupid again and wind up hating each other again. Sure. But then you fucking throw their asses back in that program again and send them on another fucking trip, hopefully. Shit, man, I don't know what to tell you. But, you know, they're not just picking random ass kids either. They're picking kids that are that are the ones that are going to seriously do this shit because they've done it in the past. So it's not even really like it's somebody going, oh, I'm going to kill my friend, put me in a program. You know, they interview these kids, they talk to them. They have people that live that life that can smell out the phonies, I hope. I think, I have trust in that guy. That Devon guy seems like he knows his shit. He seems like he knows, I watched the man talk about what he's doing. And from what I saw, I don't know him personally. I don't know anything about him other than what I saw. He could, man, who even knows what type of a person he could actually be. He could be the most terrible of people. But from what I saw there, I saw good shit happening. And I saw great potential for amazing things. I saw great potential for the cleaning up of very, very bad neighborhoods. When I hear about universal health care, all I hear about how awesomely free it is. And that's just horseshit no matter how you fucking paint it. All I hear when I hear about universal health care is the smoke and mirrors of, check this shit out. This is what we're offering you. What is it going to cost? And they never want to talk about that. It's free. What is it going to cost? Like, so, yeah. It's a very different message. It's delivered a very different way, and I see very different effects coming from the both of them. So that's why I'm in favor of the one as opposed to the other. I see amazing problems with one, and I see amazing possibility with the other. So, yeah, I hope that clarifies things. I hope that I don't know. It helps you to crawl in my mind maybe a little bit more and understand more the way I look at things. You know what I mean? I think very much towards the future. I've always been a person that runs the scenarios. What are the possibilities? And I always run what is the greatest possibility for harm. What if this idea is actually implemented and things go how bad can it get? And in that town, it sounded like it can't get any worse. But with our healthcare, it can get a lot worse. A lot worse. This used to be me. A sad, sad puppy. No food in the fridge, holes in my pillowcase, and all out of... Recently, things have been going great. You all have helped me out a lot. Now I have a fridge full of takeout, new pillowcases, and let's be honest, I'm never out of... But the reason that things have changed around for me like that is because I've had a lot of pressure taken off of me for buying stuff for making videos for you guys. You guys helped me buy a new capture box when my old one broke. You helped me buy a new PC when the other one turned into poop. And you helped me get to Perfect Circle concerts so that I could share that experiences with you guys. Recently I've kind of had to change the way I do things, but I found another way. You can find me on Maker's Support. I have a link in the description, and if you'd like to donate money to keep this sort of thing going, then that's where you can do it. Thank you very much. Have a good day. I hope you have fun. Bye.